Up next, it's an NFC South showdown. New Orleans has defeated Carolina in 8 of the last 9 meetings. Can the Panthers snap a 4-game skid to the Saints? Find out on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in Uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints.
I'm Brandon Gaudin to my right, Charles Davis. Happy to be with you. And CD, we've got a couple of very potent offenses about to take the field below us in this one.
Both potent, but they certainly go about things in different ways, don't they, partner? On one side, you got the #1 rushing offense in the league. They want to run, and wear you down and own the time of possession. But then on the other side, you got an offense who thinks pass first, second, and third, and they're up near the top of the league in passing yards, and they like to strike quickly. We'll see which style of offense prevails in this one.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now here we go for the first time with the Panthers offense led out by their new quarterback for 2021 in his 4th season overall now after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
Many people put stock in a quarterback's record as a starter, and Sam Darnold just 13-25 overall with the Jets. So many think that he's not going to be the guy, but there's a lot of talent there, and the Carolina Panthers are expecting it to come out. This could be a classic case of a change of scenery could do him well, plus the surrounding cast that he's inheriting in Carolina, better than anything he played with in New York. This is a great opportunity for Sam Darnold.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 74 yards.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well, this defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give him much run after catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here come the Saints now for their first drive.
And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week. So keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
3.5 to go, first quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. Complete to Washington. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for... First down. Throwing now is Kaepernick. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
Oh, he rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. After the interception, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold, he's going to look deep for more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. David Moore, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And now another one thrown incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down.
That's caught by Marquez Callaway.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Darnold. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux. But that's a nice grab there to pick up the first down.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dwayne Washington, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Darnold on first down. A couple of former Jets. Darnold to Anderson. First down, Carolina. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But it'll be second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And that's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And this one caught by Cameron Brain. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He's going to look deep for Moore. Oh, look at the catch there by Moore. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. 39 yards there, a big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Darnold now to throw. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Watch the slip, watch the slip.
To the air again, Darnold. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Panthers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Kaepernick now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. And Marquez Callaway, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Kaepernick. He's going to launch it for Washington. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine quarterback, there to make the play defensively.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. The Pats were winners last week, so they're trying to start their campaign at 2-0. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Cole Beasley's got a touchdown grab. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Everyone in a Carolina uniform happy to see that first down catch by DJ Moore, but none happier than his new quarterback, Sam Darnold, who never really had a wide receiver one in New York. Now he has one in DJ Moore, who's gone over 1,100 yards in each of his last 2 seasons, 3rd in the league in 2020 in yards per reception.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. Throwing again is Darnold. And brought in by Braid. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there were a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and that's what they got.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he slings one that's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Kaepernick going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got...
Darnold, he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
That's all, baby. Going the other way.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Colin Kaepernick. His second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Mike 56.
To throw is Darnold. Underneath, he's got Brait. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Darnold to throw again. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateral. There, no shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Let's get it. Come on.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Scott. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz to try to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. But Tommy Trimble, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Darnold. Gets this to Moore. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Darnold to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Darnold. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And out of bounds right around the 20. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The clock showing 19 seconds to go. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down by Kaepernick.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.